Generation of a genre. My poetry sounds too musical, my music too lost to make songs. I get obsessed with phonetics like the sounds are talking thoughts. So I speak meaninglessness to mask the song of what words can express through a poem of the heart. I'm swept up in dialogue, dizzy, no, in flight, not nauseous unless I look behind. But when I withdraw from the whirlwind of my mind, any sense of narrative for the displacement of notes I chose not to transcribe falls with uncertainty like my finger on any last note that I try to realize. And my words, ideas, or music listen to me. How strangely composed logic is, like, if I speak. In perfect meter, so you can't see the skips between each letter, word, and stanza, and if each axis is reflected in near-perfect step with the tune of populace accepted argumentative directives, then like the director of a symphony I'll conclude for the people to claim my logic is sound. So hypnotized by mathematical deductions inducing their minds into metronomical trance that they won't stop to realize why this song sounds so harmonious, that perhaps the gaps between each note, the imperfections jumped across, represent what we truly cherish and the narratives construct, objects which never existed at all. I can't hold on to a thought. I dance through ideas like dots to paint symphonies blinding. And I can't hold on to a rhythm if it didn't seem like linguistic rebellion. I just articulate the best that I can, voices I rarely hear in my head, and try to mediate the argument. Give each dissonance its space to speak, unite, explode in harmony, and hope that I can lead them off, and that I won't drown them in my loneliness, as the cosmic song that constantly plays on calls them home. Their connections die, and they speak of a harmony that you can't hear and I can't decide how to end, because I lost sight of the logic expressed by each responding line. Musical wisdom fades away, and the vibrations become dissonant, which speak of all things meeting in harmony through all moments in time, where every incitation has its duet, a soliloquy infinite, all songs combined into the individual melodies of the divine, which can't care how you connect anything you try to define, because it shines of all things tried. But it's just an image you can't paint, it's a song you can't play, it's a poem you can't write, and that I try to is why I write like a musician and play music like poetry. For I think songs, and my music speaks thoughts, so the dissonance of my words calls forth the unconscious, neglected, infinite rhythmic dialogues which might make more sense if united with their respective linguistic cries.